Bom, esse é mais um vídeo de Londres. Agora a gente está em Trafalgar Square, fazendo um tour. Começa à tarde e termina à noite. Tá bem ao fundo a London Eye, a roda gigante. E a estátua com o Almirante Nelson, os principais heróis de guerra.
Now this was erected here in 1912 as part of Queen Victoria's Memorial Scheme by a man called Sir Aston Webb. The centre architect was told to demolish this statue, but he didn't. He hid it from the British government.
Agora a gente está em frente a Downing Street.
And that was in 1688, when Sir Robert Walpole refused the building as a gift from the Hungarian minister, but he agreed
O local onde mora o primeiro-ministro da Grã-Bretanha.
Now, Sir Robert Walpole was our first Prime Minister and longest serving, 22 years, and he paid £9,000 a year. In the centre road there we have the cenotaph. Now this honours the memory of the glorious dead, going back to the two worlds. And also to the Monument Tower, that day in the Royal Society of the Catholic Orphans. Now these were opened up in 1939 to protect the British government during the air raids. By 1945 it covered about 3 acres, had its own hospital, canteen, sleeping accommodation, shooting range. Churchill directed much of the war operations.
Palácio de Buckingham, Big Ben.
There's a Marvin Church in Westminster Abbey. We'll be coming up to those much later on.
Westminster.
A large white building straight ahead is the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. And outside the Supreme Court is an unusual statue of Abraham Lincoln.
Alguns prédios governamentais.
Now what is unusual about the statue of Abe is standing up in front of the chair, or the other statues of the President of the United States of America. And straight ahead there is Big Ben. Big Ben is named the large Ben in St Stephen's Tower. It's named after Stephen Paul, a rather large portly gentleman who supervised the building works. The bell inside it weighs 13 tons. Inside that is the seat of Parliament, the Palace of Westminster. Now this has over 1,000 rooms. It even has its own entrance to the underground system and its own by William Rupert, his son of William the Conqueror. And it's virtually all that remains of the medieval palace. And this is where Charles I was tried upon the orders of Oliver Cromwell for treason. The reason why he was tried here, because this was the main court of the land. And a large bronze statue on the left is of Oliver Cromwell. Now that is where the Queen enters for the state opening of Parliament. Tucked away over on the right behind this white building, you'll see it in a moment when the lights change, is the dual tower. Now that goes back to 1246. At one time even the crown jewels was kept in the building.
Agora a nossa primeira passagem sobre o Rio Tamisa.
Right now, this is Lambeth Bridge. Now, the original Lambeth Bridge was built for the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Lá bem ao fundo a roda gigante, a London Eye.
So they built the bridge just about before. One of the Harry Potter films. Now, one of the last ones, one of the ones before that one, I think it was the one before that one. Well, they dressed the bridge all up in two lights, and I haven't got a clue what the film is called because I bought all the DVDs and I never watched any of them. Because the first one I couldn't get past the menu. As we turn left over on the right is Lambeth Palace, the official home of the Archbishop of Canterbury. Now this has been a Bishop's Palace here, going back to the 1300s. To the Houses of Parliament. The first large tower you see is Victoria Tower. This is presently like a giant filing cabinet. It holds copies and records of every law passed by Parliament going back to the 1400s.
O sino do Big Ben está tocando.
Central lobby, and the third one, St Stephen's, containing Big Ben. Roman numerals on the clock face are over 6 feet tall. When Parliament sits during the daytimes, there's a flag that flies from the top of Victoria Tower. When Parliament sits at night times, there's a light that is on in the very top tower of St Stephen's. And it is not the light above the clock which you can't see on the House of Lords. The second one is green and white for the House of Commons. The old building on the left is the old original County Hall, the head office of London County Council. And over on the left hand side is the Millennium Wheel, the London Eye. Now this stands 400.
Agora a London Eye bem de pertinho do local onde você pode fazer o passeio.
Except for when the hamsters get very tired. And it takes roughly about 30 minutes to go all the way round. Now on a good clear day, I always thought you could see Australia. But it turned out to be Australia House in the Strand. Actually on a good clear day, over on the left hand side is the London Queen and the Houses of Parliament. And over to the right hand side is the skyline of the City of London, dominated by St Paul's Cathedral and the Kirkby. Now over to your right hand side, look very careful to the left of St Paul's, you'll see three dark grey buildings. And sitting roughly between the first two is a church spire that looks like a wedding cake. That is St Bride's Church, and the diarist Samuel Page, he was born in 1678. The large white building beside